Hello, everyone. My name is Nas, the founder of Dr. Nas Inner Wellness. And today I'm so excited that I have a beautiful guest and one of my successful students, LoriKay Coleman. And I'm very happy that she's joining me today to share something about her story, her very recent learning, and the messages she might have for you, audience, about what she does. Welcome, Lori.
Hello, and thank you. Yeah, I'm excited to have an opportunity to talk with you, Dr. Nass. I am I've been in the healing arts business since 2010 when I became a reflexologist called Foot Zoner, and I have been adding on energetic tools that works with the ancestry of why we are made the way we are,
Mhm.
the little molecules above our genes, those epigenetics. And so a lot of my energy work deals with that, whether it's mental things, emotional things from your own past life when you were younger, or even your ancestors. And I wanted to have something more than that. And that's when you came across my radar. I was interested in NLP, but also what attracted me to you was the heart-based coherence aspect.
Mhm.
And I call that the healing from the heart is such a powerful aspect. And that really intrigued me how you would pull that into the other programs that you're offering. And that's one of the reasons why I chose to do the work with you.
Thank you. I'm
And
so grateful for that.
yeah, and I use that aspect of dropping into my heart, getting that in a coherent place, and then moving from there to do my work. And I find it fascinating how I'm a continual learner. I just love to learn. And as I find other places to learn from, they have very similar aspects that just reinforce what you have taught, but it's made it so it's easier to apply because I had that foundation there. And
Excellent. That's
yeah,
amazing. Yeah. So what did you do before, before moving to that energy work? What was your previous job?
oh, I was an elementary school teacher,
Wow.
and yeah, I
Yeah.
taught third and fourth grade. And I also was a full-time mom to four children. And
Excellent.
yeah, so my since 2010 to 2018, I did it as a part-time job.
Mhm.
And tonight I'm packing up my youngest baby and sending him off to college tomorrow. And so
Wow.
new stage of life right now.
And
And
how
it's really
this journey, so you have been in this journey for about 10 years or 12 years, yes? That
yes.
energy work. And how that journey helped you in, in your role as a mom or in your personal and family life.
Oh, I loved having the extra tools. And I also loved being able to teach my children certain concepts that I felt could help them. Um, I appreciated the perspective it gave to me,
Mhm.
the empowerment it gave. And I, when I don't like the way that I would react to something, I know
Yeah,
that I can have tools to change me because I can't sit and control everything out there,
absolutely.
but I can control in here. And so, like silly things, like the way I react to seeing bugs. My kids were like, "Mom, you're like a squeaky toy," you know. And it was
Yeah,
because my nervous system was would be at times very heightened.
yeah,
I don't see bugs that often, but I was able to turn and tune that down so it wasn't as big of a reaction. And so I
yeah.
can act from a choice and not react, which is really empowering.
I totally relate to it because that actually was my experience too, because when I started to do this is because you possibly know that I'm in the healthcare industry for so many years, and what I have done before, and everything I've done before in my previous job and also still in my current job because I'm still doing that, definitely they were all helpful, for my growth, for my inner growth. However, what I have learned, using these tools made all of those things more practical, more tangible, more practical. And it was like, oh my God, I actually have a lot of knowledge about my whole, past education, teaching, research. But now I think I can apply them more, like a more tangible tool. And that was so amazing. So how, NLP and heart coherence and hypnosis, the tools that we worked just recently together, how they can relate to your, or they can optimize your energy work that you did before.
Oh, I love how NLP has enhanced what I did, which specifically with anchoring. So now when I do a session with someone, whether I do it NLP or hypnosis or whatever the case, I love to get them tuned into their body, feel the heightened state of what they want, and then we anchor in that sensation of the entire energy session plus what they are desiring
Yeah.
into their body so that they can call it back to them at any time. And that anchoring in, and that is profound. But I love future pacing that we learn and dropping into the heart and seeing how, imagining how we used to react in the past and what we would do now. So practicing with my clients in that manner after a session is over, it empowers them, and it's just so fun to see their faces lighten up. They're like, oh, I can feel it.
Yeah.
I can choose into this. And I love, I look at my business as getting the brain to work for you and not against you. And being able to turn on healing codes that the body naturally has, but just needs to be turned on or magnified. And so it's just so fun to see my
so fun.
clients brighten up and be like, oh,
how exciting moment is that moment? Yes.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, it is an exciting moment.
Yeah. And you just talked about nervous system too. And we both know that, what we did is the work we did together is very much relating to our nervous system. So how, how differences are now about, working with your nervous system and getting your nervous system aligned before and after these tools.
And it's interesting. There is a change in the nervous system, but not only that, with some of the, maybe it's through the hypnosis that I've done for myself through your class, because we worked on each other, I'm able to apply the tools that I know to me, because oftentimes I can do it for other people, but not for me. And it's reminding me to apply the things I do know to help the nervous system, especially the vagus nerve, whether it's humming or chanting or different breath patterns, muscle tension patterns that get the vagus nerve to go, oh, I'm out of fight, flight, and freeze.
Yeah.
I can digest. And I find that what I was able to be exposed to through the program has helped me be able to apply those things that help me stay at a healthier baseline. I don't get triggered up and I don't get crashing down this low. It's really wonderful.
It is. It's absolutely wonderful. Yeah. And how about, because you talked also, you mentioned epigenetic at the very start. So I know that you are familiar with, this is my favorite concept too. And I love, Dr. Bruce Lipton, thanks God that, he brought that concept onto the board. So how, and we know that epigenetic is very much connected to beliefs and belief system. How, these tools or, the work you do or, you did or you learned can be applied in belief changing process.
How can it be applied in belief
changing? And
well, yeah, it can be applied in such a myriad of ways. And the thing is you have to know what you want. And then I like asking my client if they can imagine doing a complete switch, or if they need to have baby steps. And if they need baby steps, I do the chaining the anchors. And if
Mhm.
they just flip, I do the switch process.
And did
And
you get result?
yeah,
Yeah,
they do feel that they do.
yeah,
And it surprises them. They're like,
excellent.
working. Because
Yeah,
the anchor, we're good at the anchoring,
absolute.
and we
Hmm.
practice the anchor.
Yeah,
But you know, with epigenetics, it is an empowering concept. The concept that the way we choose to think and the way
yeah,
we choose to behave will change the way our genes express.
yeah,
And so those little molecules, they're not set in stone. And our
absolutely.
actions can affect the way our genes are expressing. And we have a lot of power to change things for ourselves.
Absolutely, especially when we begin to connect to the deeper layers in our subconscious mind or unconscious mind, and start excuse me, and start to changing the programs that were perhaps formed there in our deeper layers from so many years ago, or maybe the last generation. And that's so exciting that we are able to change those programs.
Yeah,
That
it
is
is.
so exciting.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think it's part of the best news ever.
yeah,
It really
yeah. So that's right. And I think all of those tools, hypnosis, NLP, heart coherence, those energy healing, soul work, they all, I think, are great, absolutely powerful tools to make those changes in those programming. And yeah, so that is amazing, Lori. That how about for yourself? So have you changed any specific beliefs in yourself? If you want to
So
share, it's up to you.
I have changed so many, but it's been over the last 2 years. So since just from that, I mean, it's interesting. When I put on a summit, I did a summit of how to reduce stress and past trauma and
Hmm.
have the people move forward.
Yeah.
And doing that summit, I had to let go of the pathetic, I can't do anything, LoriKay.
Hmm.
My kids, they would call me cave woman when it came to technology. And
Hmm.
so I had to let go of the belief that I that it's impossible, the belief that
Yeah.
I'm not good enough, that I'm not smart enough to learn to do
Yeah.
technology. That was really hard. And I still have part of that inadequate programming that will creep in there.
Yeah.
It just, and so that tells me I still have some more belief work for that. And the other aspect is learning to live in what I value. And I get my joy from being in alignment with what I value.
Hmm.
And learning that aspect, that helps me um, have the compassion that I need when I am not performing. I have a very high expectation of performance, but it helps me have compassion for myself as I recognize and appreciate the truth of the situation. And and yeah, I still work through things, but I'm trying to think of specifically. I'm not sure if it's going to come
It's
to my mind.
definitely
There's
ongoing. Yeah, it's
so
definitely
much
an
going
ongoing. I
on.
know. Definitely, it's an ongoing process. It's never ending, Lori.
It's not like,
I'm still doing that. Actually, the more you do, the more you feel that you need to do.
yeah,
It's a process like that because it's about awareness. Because you get more awareness, and the higher awareness, higher need for change.
yeah.
And yeah, so how these tools, NLP, connecting to your heart coherence, and hypnosis can help in this aspect. Do you think they do help for those
Oh yeah,
massive changes?
I do think it does help. And the one thing that I wish I would have done, and you gave a beautiful resource as a precursor to your course, which I did not take advantage of. and it was recordings of somebody else teaching, and so you could have a chance to listen to the terminology and dip your toe into it. And I wish I would have taken that opportunity before starting the class with you, because I felt like that my programs of I'm not good enough, this is impossible, all this new terminology, it just seems so hard. And I loved, so that's the breakthrough that I had during your class, was I am capable became even more possible. And I loved how you did the testing for us. I learned and grew just as much through the testing, both needing to practice in front of you and hearing your very honest feedback. I loved your honest feedback, as well as the written test. I chose to spend a lot of time on that. And I learned and gained tremendous amounts from doing that. And I appreciate how you allowed that growth to unfold.
I appreciate it, and you did an absolutely great job, Lori. You are really enthusiastic, in what you're doing, and that's a gift. That's a gift, and I really appreciate it. And I'm sure that people who work with you, they would definitely get massive benefit for their life, for their and we have a lot of other discussions that may be, I don't know, we just talk about it in another interview, because NLP also is a very powerful tool for communication as well. Perhaps, and that communication is not just about communication with other people, it's about communication with self also. And that's something that I think, I feel that basically I witnessed your journey on that, even within our program, within our course, and I felt that you actually seemed much more comfortable in communicating, but towards the end of the program. And and that's actually, I think, the gift that we can give each other, and I'm sure that you can share this gift now with the world. So before ending this interview, because I'm not going actually to go so long, maybe we can jump on another one next time, but would you like just to share one message with with people who are watching us or listening, or with the world?
It is to have compassion for yourself and to value yourself enough to know that it is okay to get support, that you do not have to do something alone. And I love to be a personal support. The way I do my work is I work one-on-one with people. I don't do groups. And the kind of support that I wish I would have had when I was so very ill, both physically ill, emotionally ill, and mentally ill. There were about 5 years where I had a really hard time and felt all alone. And so to know that you are not alone, that you're valued, and that anything is possible.
Anything is possible. That's a great message. And I love, actually, you shared something about being compassionate to self. That's my biggest reason to include heart coherence in my every single program, because I do believe that emotions are so powerful. Connecting to your heart is an amazing thing to do. Thank you so much for sharing, Lori, your journey on this program and your journey about yourself. And I wish you very best. And I'm sure that you will be more successful every single day in serving the world on this area. So if you don't have any final message, so I can let you go. If you have any final word or recommendation or something.
Can I leave my website? Will you put that underneath? It's my business is Enlightened Life, and I'm at enlightenedlifepath.net. So
I love the name of your business. I love the name of your business. Can you just say it again for the audience, your full name and your full title of your business?
It's Enlightened Life Path. And so I lighten your load so you're not carrying so much and bring light to your path. And so ENLIGHTENED, enlightened, life, LIFE, path, PATH, and it's .net. So yeah, that's how I can be found.
Thank you so much. And definitely, you know, I suggest people to reach out and connect to Lori. She was great. She was one of my best students, you know, in this program, and I'm sure that I will catch up later on in other things, and maybe we can work together someday.
That'd be lovely.
Yeah.
Love you.
Thank you so much, Lori. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.